everyone, my name is Meera. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm starting a weekly reading vlog. It's Tuesday the 12th of November and I'm currently reading this dystopian fiction called The Gracier by Kim Liggett. It is so well written. In my opinion, it's sort of like The Handmaid's Tale meets The Hunger Games. The society in this book is so far gone that on the 16th birthday of all the girls in Ghana County, they are sent away outside of civilization to live in this encampment by themselves for an entire year. That's sort of where the name of the book comes, the Grace Year. It's called the Grace Year when they get sent away. The people in Ghana County do this because they believe that women harbor this magic which can corrupt them and negatively influence men in the society. So in order to rid women of their magic, they are sent away for that entire year. I'm almost done with 65% of the book. I just have a little left to go. Tierney James, who is the protagonist of the novel, she is so resilient and inspiring. So that's something I think a lot of us can take away from the book, the way she just keeps persevering on. The element of magic is not very direct in the novel, in the sense that I wouldn't call the Grace Year or supernatural or paranormal book in any way, but more of a survival story. That's what I think it is. So the plan today is to finish reading The Grace Year and maybe get started with my NaNoWriMo novel. I know it's the 12th of November and I haven't written a single word yet, but I still want to give it a try. I also need to film a video that needs to go live today evening, so that's what I'm going to go do now. Outfit change for the video that I had to film. I just finished doing that. I had pasta for lunch. Now I'm gonna go sit down and get the editing done so that I can upload the video in time. I just clicked publish for that video, so when you're watching this, if you haven't seen my short book recommendations video yet, then I really think you should check it out. You just might find your next favorite read. Good morning. I finished The Grace Year and wow, I have so many thoughts. I don't know where to begin. First of all, Kim Liggett, hats off. This was such a powerfully written book. I was just so touched and so inspired. When I started reading, initially the book I felt was heading towards a solid 4.5 star rating. It was so good. The ambience was well done. But towards the middle, a couple of plot points were introduced that I wasn't too fond of. First of all, I couldn't really understand why Tierney was being so over the top nice, especially considering she was getting bullied and threatened and harassed, and many of the other girls in the encampment were also getting bullied by Kirsten. No one was standing up to Kirsten, and so for quite a bit of the book, I felt like these girls were being pitted against each other and I couldn't really understand why nobody was doing anything about it. But as I kept reading, I realized that girls being pitted against each other is not something that the author has introduced in the book for the sake of it or for the dramatics or just because it's a cliche. That plot, that aspect of the novel serves a very important point which you will understand when you finish reading the whole book. The last 10 to 15% of it, my eyes welled up. I was just so proud of these girls, especially Tierney and the way her thought process evolves over the course of the book, what they are able to achieve together. Secondly, this is something I've encountered quite often in a lot of contemporary novels, which is when the protagonist gets blackmailed by someone and is forced to do something he or she doesn't want to do, and there's sufficient reason for the protagonist not to fall for the blackmail, but that person does it anyway. So there comes a point in the book when one of the characters is blackmailed, and I was like, no, please, why? Just don't fall for it. But yeah, so I wasn't really very happy at that point, but I kept reading because I knew that this plot, this premise had so much potential, and I am so glad I did, because the ending, oh, it was just so beautiful. I can't stress it enough. I just have three words: the grace year. I'm sure when you read it, there's quite a lot that you can take away from the book. Apart from these two minor aspects that irked me a little bit, the entire novel is just so amazingly written. I love the writing style, it's punchy and strong, and the author pays enough attention to their surroundings to like create the atmosphere, which shows you just how not only isolated but just how caged these women feel. I realized that if anyone had stood up against Kirsten, the ending would probably not have been the same, and the author would not have been able to put across the message that she wanted to. I can't get over it, guys. The Gracia was so beautiful. It's a story that everyone needs to hear. It's a story that needs to inspire millions of people. I was listening to an interview with the author and the audiobook narrator, and the author talks about what inspired her to write this story. And something that she says struck a chord with me, and it's just so true. She says that growing up is like the grace year. I'm so sure that if you pick up this book, it'll resonate with you. Another thing I would like to talk about is the author very clearly shows us that it's not just women who are subjected to a lot of atrocities by society. While reading it, there were so many instances, so many scenes that infuriated me so much. I'm like, why is the world like this? This is just horrible that these kind of things go on and no one really does anything about it. So the one thing I would like to tell you after having read this book, and it's just a thought that's always been recurring in my mind: don't tear each other down, build people up. Together, change is not impossible. Remember that. I'm going to conclude talking about the book by saying that thank you, Kim Liggett, for writing this story. Your words needed to be out in the world for people to read. Okay, so in other news, I have a little bit of a situation here. The past couple of months, I have been buying so many books that my bookshelves have been getting burdened by them. Just take a look at this. The rainbow organization is just all over the place. It doesn't look as great anymore because there's no way that I can organize the new books I've acquired by color. So I had to take all of them out and put them on this chair here. These shelves also look really messy because I've been scared that some of these shelves are getting bent because there are too many books on them. So I went ahead and bought a new bookshelf which got delivered day for yesterday. Now the only thing that needs to be done is for me to take out books from all of these shelves, reorganize them based on genre, and for me to clean the shelves, clean the books, and I will be organizing my bookshelves again. I'll probably make a video out of that because that'll be fun to watch. I think it'll be fun for me to film. So look forward to that on my channel, and I'm just really excited that I have a new bookshelf and I can buy more books now. It's the next day. So yesterday I took out all the books from these shelves, these ones, and set up the new one. So I have 5 empty bookshelves right now, and all the books are in the front room. Now I'm going to go to college. I have some work. When I get back, I need to complete an assignment, but I'm planning to reorganize the shelves today. So hopefully that video will go up either tomorrow on Friday or maybe next week. Let's see what happens. I just got back from college. Before I get started with reorganizing the bookshelves, I just wanted to relax and read a little. Yesterday, I had picked up Breakfast at Tiffany's by Truman Capote, and I read around 20 pages of it. This book is about a woman named Holly Golightly. It's set around the time of the war in New York, so that's a very interesting perspective. On the back, it says that about Holly that she is top notch in style and a sensation wherever she goes. So that's the vibe with the book. So far, we are not really introduced to her as a protagonist. Basically, the book is being told from the perspective of someone she knows. So these two friends of hers are sort of talking about her because they have no contact with her for over 2 years, and it sort of feels that she's pulled a disappearing act, which is a common theme across a lot of books I've been reading of late, especially Am I in the Night by Wendy Walker, if you remember that. Then there's also Goodbye Perfect by Sarah Bernard, and Paper Towns by John Green. So some of the female characters going missing or disappearing is something that I've been reading. So let's see how that pans out in this book, and I'm looking forward to reading more about her life. That's it for my weekly reading vlog. Yesterday was day 4, but I didn't vlog much because I spent all day sorting through the books, reorganizing the shelves, filming and editing the video that had to go live on Friday. I'll share my thoughts about Breakfast at Tiffany's in another video, so stay tuned for that. If you're curious about either of the books that I've spoken about in this vlog, then I'll be leaving Amazon links for both in the description box, so make sure to check it out. I hope you had fun watching this vlog. Let me know what other kind of videos you want to watch on my channel, and I'll try and make them. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon with another video. Bye!